congratulations on season 2. We've been waiting so bloody long, so I'm very happy it's back. Could you briefly try and put into words what drama and conflama your characters are dealing with this season?
Drama, conflama, grief, gaining power, losing power.
Brink of potential civil war,
Yes.
family torn in half, Rhaenyra's in exile,
family shunning en masse.
Yep. The sort of propaganda machine is up and running. Both sides trying to take control of the narrative.
Yeah.
And
You see different territories this year. We it's sort of the Game of Thrones world sort of just expands, and we see all these different territories.
Love a bit of grief and civil war. My favourite genre.
Yeah.
Emma, I can't wait until we get to a day where I'm not talking about the importance of sexuality and identity. But, I mean, there's not a lot of non-binary icons such as yourself leading massive shows like this. So what has the response been like from non-binary viewers?
Very beautiful. I mean, I think I find having a profile is just like a really strange thing, right? Especially, I suppose, if you don't expect that to be part of your life. However, I suppose being a gender non-conforming person on screen feels like a real privilege because I suppose when I was younger, I kind of thought that if I were to be able to act as my job, it would probably be quite separate from maybe my identity, and that maybe they would remain separate. I didn't know if it would be possible for those to sort of overlap and be in conversation with one another. And so it gives meaning for me to quite a strange thing. You hear about and you see more and more gender non-conforming, trans and non-binary people in all aspects of the media, and I think that's very hopeful. It turns out there is, in fact, space.
And there is a lot of queer erotic subtext between Alicent and Rhaenyra. Does that impact the way you perform these characters? Like, do you play it that way?
No.
No.
Well, I mean, I suppose you just have to hold the context, right? Like you can only ever play the given circumstances, and so these are the characters who are not really in conditions that allow lust, sex, desire to come up in this space. The stakes are too high, and the sort of grievances, the sort of catastrophic events too big. So, within the pool of sort of emotional stuff, there are bigger shapes that are kind of dominating at the moment, I think.
And it's safe to say they have a few issues with each other.
Yeah.
So if they could solve all their problems by lip syncing on the main stage of RuPaul's Drag Race, what song would it be too?
Love is a Battlefield, I think, for me. 13 going on 30.
God. What?
The song that always reminds me of you is the Born This Way, but the...
Yeah, Orville Peck.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. Yeah, Country Born This Way.
And who would win? Who's going to win in a lip sync battle?
That's okay.
I think I might.
Yeah, you absolutely would. You absolutely would.
And House of the Dragon is full of powerful female characters, and us queers, we love them. We absolutely love powerful female characters. So I wanted to give you a few iconic female characters, and I want you to tell me how it would go down if for some reason they showed up in Westeros, for some reason if they showed up. Okay. All right, okay. So first of all, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. What's going to happen?
She'll be I think she'd do really well.
I'd be really jealous because you'd be best friends with her.
Immediately.
Yeah, and I'd be cast aside even more, and I'd be furious.
yeah, Rhaenyra would have a probably huge crush.
Yeah.
I can imagine Buffy and Damon having a thing that would be complicated.
They would as
They
well.
just would, and like
he'd make
so
a beeline.
quickly, and it's
Yeah.
just pathetic. And
I'm annoyed already, actually.
yeah, I'm annoyed as well. No, I think she's well suited.
Yeah.
She'd fuck him up. She'd fuck them
She
all up.
would.
Yeah. And the Damon thing, you're absolutely right. Elle Woods from Legally Blonde, what's going to happen? Is she dead, do you think?
She's not dead. I think she'd be a bit annoying. That's really mean to say. She'd try and take over, I think, and maybe she'd be on the greens.
She would be on the
She'd be on the greens, and she'd try and take over. I think she'd like try and step in my position, and I'd just be like, back off, please, just give me some space. She'll be like maybe the propaganda master of the Greens, and like trying to do nice photo shoots with egg on.
Yeah.
Is that really reductive?
No, head of the social media team.
Yeah, but she did go to Harvard Law, didn't she? So I don't want to.
And finally, Gemma Collins. What's happening if Gemma Collins lands in Westeros?
I mean, she'd be too claustrophobic, wouldn't she? She'd be off.
She would.
In the helicopter.
Claustrophobic Damon.
Claustrophobic Damon, yeah.